Winners.
All right.
Go them
Well,
guys. We're going straight to it.
yeah, the last two undefeated competitors, but in the words of Connor McLeod from Highlander, there can
Mm.
be only one. And here we go. Welcome to Winners Finals here at the 52nd edition of Sumabato. Call sign twitch.tv/VGBootCamp. Artrix and Stu, the announcer, on the mic with you as Acola starts things off. I mean, pretty hot as you would expect, but again, this is a character that has a comeback mechanic built into it. So if you're Raru, you want this damage early and often. And right now,
Mm.
it's a little too even keel for your comfort.
It's something that's still sitting in the back of my mind, and a comeback factor which you could call from Raru. Even if this game doesn't go well, that Kazuya is not what we're seeing here for the first game. It's the tried and true on the Luigi. That up B, we tried it, it wasn't true. We looked for the hit. It's not the same. But if you are looking to make your bets in chat, keep that Kazuya in the back of your head. You never know when it's going to come out.
Exactly. And that, the minecart, you side B because it is, let me check my notes here, strong, and now it is
That
going
is
to be
true.
first blood. I had to just double check real fast. But again, this best of 5 clip, you're seeing Acola draw first blood, but can Raru even it up? Looking for it at the very least, showing some of the stronger options, but you can jab and walk at the same time in this game for some reason, and Acola is going to take full advantage.
Mm-hmm. Got to keep walking, got to keep swinging, doing everything with this character. We're seeing a lot of moves come out. That grab is probably one of Steve's only major punishable moves, and Raru's going to take full advantage of it, finding that dash attack of those hyper sense, trying to start up a combo. That sneaky down tilt, forcing Acola into his shield as we go around for a pivot grab. That narrowly missed. It narrowly missed, and you can almost imagine the benefit he would have gotten if that grab connected. This is the 0 to death character off of grabs. You are absolutely hitting yourself for missing that one.
Yeah, this is any sort of opportunity. Oh god, this game just this is the game that keeps on giving one way or another, and the anvil is going to pop out. That is active super early, and as you would expect from an anvil, I mean, what is it going to do to you in game? Same thing as happens when an anvil falls on you in real life.
Yeah. If there's one thing that we always tell Smash Bros about, it's about the realism of it. You know, it's a very realistic game. If I got hit by an anvil, I'd probably go.
Yeah. No. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'd definitely be fine with plungers. Ah.
Yeah. No. The real life knockback on anvils. Goodness gracious. I mean, it's crazy. Anyway, the jumping Italian plumber hits the cube man. We're just talking a little bit about realism. Yeah. But oh my goodness, oh, no. Acola. No, enough with the realism. Let's go into the Cubist period, says Acola. And that is a work of art in of itself. 1-0 to the world number 1.
Real, bro. It's real. That back air, it's Acola's favorite. I feel like, dude, people will make fun of commentators for saying nice back air, but it's what they keep taking the stock with, man. Of course it's nice. Every single character in this tournament is taking stocks with back air. I don't know what to do with myself.
Look, it's sometimes you just got to lean into it, right? I mean, it's yeah, I don't know. Like you just have some things in those games where, just make fun of a baseball guy for saying, it's out of here, it's that ball is gone, just whatever. Like, it's what happens in the game. Like, why are you? Why is that the thing you're harping on? Either way, enough about the. enough inside baseball with the commentary talk. Let's talk a little Smash and see what Acola is able to do with this pickaxe again, pursuing into the air. This up air, just, I mean, basically no risk to a lot of what Acola is doing. But again, you're not diverging from the game plan, and that is what you do. Anytime I hear criticism about Acola, the response has to be the same, no matter what. If that's the game plan, don't diverge from it, and that takes the mentality of a champion.
I mean, Acola has to be one of the best players at understanding the risk reward of Smash Bros. And it just so happens that Steve is one of the characters that makes the most out of it. The risk of holding your shield there, we weren't expecting to have a stock taken, but Raru is going to be able to do it with that down throw into down B. Find himself with a lead, and now it's your turn to put on the pressure. Luigi is just running in and hitting every single button under the sun in front of the Steve right now. Does not want to let him mine. Does not want to let him get his resources. Looking for a double spike. Continues the offstage aggression. Raru has not taken his foot off the pedal for the last 20 seconds.
Oh, just absolutely brutal display that we're seeing here. from Raru. And this is again one of those things that you see from Luigi. I mean, maybe you're expecting it. Maybe Acola is to expect this, considering again, this is a character that Acola is quite familiar with. But at the same time, beautiful stock take. I mean, off of the
Mm.
and getting a diamond weapon off of that. That's about what you want to see from Acola. At the same time, this is you are familiar with your own version of the character. Maybe you're not familiar with how someone else visualizes it. And all of a sudden, Raru taking that second stock, you're seeing it there. It's like, you know what? You might be a really good Luigi, but I'm just built different.
We gotta remember Acola, before Steve came out, was a Luigi main himself. So if anyone has a good understanding of this character, it's gotta be him. And as we continue the pressure the Raru, I just love to see it. It feels like before he had his foot on the gas, he was trying to make sure Acola couldn't mind. We kept ourselves a little safe there, knowing that Acola had some better tools to use if we got caught with anything. That's a lot of iron in the pocket and a diamond there as well. You are on your last stock though, so if you wanted to draw it, your time is now, man. Diamonds on deck. 40% only. Raru, if he's able to confirm it to some sort of upbeat soon, but immediately taking 34 for that back and forth with the minecart.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing right now again the difference between the world number 1 and the world's number 11 in Raru, perhaps not as perceptible as you might think. But then again, you're talking about again two of the top players in this tournament. That anvil going to land smack on the ledge. That could have been precarious to say the least. But Raru having enough in terms of resources to hang on, as well as enough wherewithal to hang on to the stock with the DI after the swing of the pickaxe. Not quite enough to do it. Parries the minecart. Raru trying to stay alive here and get the advantage. Does so with the back air off of the platform. Gets the down tilt at ledge. And again, Raru is going to make Acola pay the tax to drive that particular toll road. Back air is going to be thrown in the face of Acola, who DIs yet again. And this is going down to last hit game 2. As tense as it gets, the whirling dervish of Raru takes game number 2. And that is the world's number 11 on the board against the king.
It's like, you may be number 1, but I'm 11. I actually have 2 ones in my name, and I'm looking to take 2 sets off of you here at this tournament in order to take it home, because you could imagine Acola, without we've seen him so far, probably going to make it back to grand finals regardless. But end of the day, that first game that we saw was impressive. That second game, Raru just took it all. The speed change that we saw there. I feel like he tried to play somewhat defensive in the first game. Didn't quite work out. Let's switch it up. Let's get an early lead. Let's go ham. And then we survived Diamond F Smash from across the stage. I get it, but we survived Diamond F Smash. That's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to die there. So he earned that win. He earned that win.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, you're talking about a sticky situation for Raru, and you kind of wonder how much mileage you get out of something like that, because I know it's not exactly RNG, but
Mm.
sometimes fortune smiles upon you, and sometimes you get stuff like that. From go to KO in just under 30 seconds, Raru takes stock number 1 in game 3 at Final Destination.
It's the destination that Steve likes best as far as Acola Steve goes. He loves to just eliminate these platforms. I'm the only one who gets to decide when a platform appears. I get to build it in my own image, the stage of my choice. The stage he's choosing right now is to line up these back airs, just keeping himself in that position. As soon as Raru's back on the stage, go back to mining, keep that resource bar full, because the sooner we can pull a diamond, the better. I thought that dash attack was about to send him into the block for a funny spike situation, but not quite yet. He even has a good idea of the timing of those blocks he's setting up a little too soon. Oh, Jesus! How does
Oh,
Raru keep finding these back airs?
I mean, you're talking about someone who has not won a tournament in quite some time. I think the last one they would have won was what the Masamune hit number
Mm,
36, and that was a
mm.
grand finals against this very Luigi. Raru winning by a score of 3-1. So perhaps a little bit of wind in the sails for Acola, as we are seeing here. However, that's only in the long term. Right now, you're seeing a 2-1 lead, and here goes
Oh,
Raru. Are we
no.
going to see it? Indeed, we will. 2-1 from Raru. The 0 to death. No one is safe from it, not even the world's number 1.
Bruh, you saw the 2 stock to 1 lead, and you immediately saw it get evaporated. Raru could find the grab that he needed, getting that 0 to death. If anything, I feel like from what we've seen between his Luigi and his Kazuya, the 0 to deaths on the Luigi are just so much better. Killing much earlier, getting a much better startup with that grab. This is his character. I would not expect the Kazuya to come out anymore. It's a fun little counter pick, but this Luigi is home.
Yeah, and now as we are seeing on PS2, we're getting Aqua up against the wall. I mean, what is it that you want from Okay, yeah, I guess you want Dynamite. That would be a good answer, Aqua. Gotta give that to you. But Raru yet to take damage in this one. Aqua at triple digits. What are we seeing here? Although Aqua is able to build it up to 40% just off of that is a little insane, but I mean, Artrix, what I'm seeing from Raru is someone who is not scared of anyone. And
Mhm.
is exactly what you need when you're going up against anyone who's ranked number one in the world at anything. But at the same time, I mean, this is someone who you can respect your opponents. You do not fear them, and that is what I'm seeing from Raru. Is someone who is not fearing anything, even in the face of potential death, certainly in stock loss, like you're seeing there. As Acola takes the first Aka game number 4.
Might need a little bit more fear, especially when those mine carts are on deck. It is a very strong move, and Acola will be throwing it out quite often as long as he has the iron, but he is out of tools and out of iron right now. Has to be punching the ground to find anything to use. Does not want to use this diamond, wants to hold on to it because we know the stock take is happening soon, but at this point, any extra damage you can tack on is gonna be taken.
And now we're seeing, oh, parries the last hit of the whirlwind, saying, you know what, you showed me that move before, so I don't think I'm playing with it all that much here. So we are going to get okay, Raru walks up, takes the stock as you would expect, but immediately out of the gate with the diamond. And this is how Acola stays ahead of the game, especially. Oh, you saw him winding up looking for that back air. Raru wise to drift away, but Acola showing you know exactly what's coming if you dare approach and speed this up. And that lets Acola mine for resources at his leisure. Raru has naught to do but throw out hitboxes.
Mhm. I mean, both the characters are kill percents at the moment, and they're both playing like it. They don't want to have to be the first one to get hit. Raul going to survive that minecart, thankfully. And again, his recoveries are just impeccable. I don't know if you saw it before, but when the anvil was getting dropped on his head, Raul was able to jump into it, hit an up air to negate the hitbox, and he made it back. This man's absolutely insane on the Luigi recovery. We talk about Luigi as being a character with very high highs and very low lows. One of those lows just happens to be the recovery. And if you become that good at the recovery that you can get through a Steve Anvil, that's why you're making work with this character. What won't work though is falling into another one of these diamond bears, and Nicole just immediately going to build another one. We have extra diamonds in our pocket, and we're going to use them.
Yeah, this is one of those things that if you're Raru, this is where the game stops being fun. Good job on the tech,
Mhm.
but this is a almost full stock lead here for Akla. The Cyclone not going to be enough to take out the Steve. Tech on the block that was in place. Well done yet again. But it's a back throw, putting you in triple digits. You have yet to take this
Yeah.
stock, and what else can you do? That is a back air off of the 3 blocks. And yeah, this is how you counterplay, isn't it? You want to build 3 blocks, make them jump over it, really make that approach linear. You have the luxury of doing that because you get to terraform the stage. Like, what do you want?
Man, Gatsby in chat is perfectly right. 3 high wall, my beloved. It's the Steve classic. I don't know if to call it a day one, but the Steve's probably figured that one out pretty quick. If I build, my opponent's probably gonna want to jump over it. What do I do when they jump over in on me without any good tools? It's gonna be that back air. That's sealing this one away into a game 5. We're back on Final Destination. What once was a Cola's counterpick now turns into Raru's after we saw how he uses this stage when there's no platforms to hide on. Those 0 to deaths are gonna come a little sooner.
Yeah, you mentioned Gatsby, and like, goodness gracious, perhaps that set victory over Akala is Raru's blinking light across the bay. But that it makes you wonder just how far away it is, how attainable it is. or Raru as we go to Final Destination. This is the stage pick, however, that Raru wanted. So, what is it that you can do now if you're Raru that makes this stage so advantageous against someone like Steve? Because I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, when you have him at these are super early percents where you can kind of just confirm your zero to deaths without worrying about the platform being there, it makes sense. But in these positions now, where you have a caller at 115, we almost were able to find a down throw into the up B, but we didn't quite call out the DI properly. Had to stay with just a back air. It's good damage, but it's not going to find the stock just yet. You very much find yourself at risk of losing your stock first, especially if we're using these cyclones on stage. That's a lot of end lag, and it's going to be a big punish from Acola. But we only had wooden tools, so you can see him now. We're going for the diamond because we know that we can take the stock now. He's at 98%. A back air from Acola would take a stock, but so would one from Raru, finding himself in the lead. And Acola is without his diamond, maybe pulling it a bit too soon.
Yeah, gonna get the chops to the face at 23%, and whatever you can get. I mean, it's chip damage. It's all nickel and dime stuff. But first of all, you have enough nickels and dimes, you will find yourself with a dollar eventually. Secondly, Aquila, I mean, right now is just desperate to be mining. Eventually gets that diamond, but man, this is one of those things where it does test your mental. It does test your patience a little bit, and that is what Aquila has been having to dig into right now. Is just the, if anything, I mean, patience as much of a resource as diamonds and gold, right? So
Oh my
we're
god.
seeing now Raru with a full stock lead, almost making it to the back air. It's DI'd by Acola. And Raru looking for an upset win in winners finals, looking to qualify undefeated into grands. The down tilt, the forward tilt, excuse me, going into Akala's midsection and looking for that coup de grace. Although it will be Acola finding it first, 2 stocks to 2 now. But for how long, Artrix?
It was a
Oh,
fourth time's a charm on that backer that he was able to take the stock with, and you can see him now just absolutely demolishing into Raru's stock with one of those crisp little combos, even with the iron. It's something that we have to be careful of though, because Acola still has not pulled this diamond. He is keeping it safe. He doesn't want to use it until he knows he has two, and he doesn't even need it. A clean stock off of Acola. Raru probably getting a little too aggressive, leaning into his
oh.
lead too much. He knew Acola was at a high percent. He knew he needed just one more hit, but Acola is the one who has the bigger hitboxes, who has the better combos at the end of the day. We're going down to a last stock game 5 between these two, and it's neck and neck.
And it's gut check time if you're Raru. It's Acola and Raru, 1 stock each. We've seen a fighting spirit from these two, unmatched by others in this bracket. And even though obviously you have challengers and losers, no one wants to be facing either Yoshidora or Asimo, who's facing off in loser semis after this one. Acola, Raru faced off against each other. Acola, the last grand finals victory they had, it was at the expense of this very Luigi. Raru looking for a little measure of redemption himself. But Acola finds himself that was techable too, not able to get it. Raru dejected, and Acola finding their way into grand finals by a score of 3